Whoa! Hello, you ever wonder why Uncle Grandpa failed completely and didn't get what it really is? Well, Cow Chicken is exactly what Uncle Grandpa should have been. It's done perfectly how this kind of genre, what the F genre basically. It knows what it is and it delivers you perfectly. Let's find out what kind of weird show this is and make you so entertaining and better Uncle Grandpa. Oh, let's go. Hello, my name is Rachel. Today we're gonna do Cow Chicken, and this cartoon is a full genre of what the F I'm watching because this genre is kind of weird. In a way it doesn't have a really good story or anything because this falls into like many other what the F cartoons. One of the big examples is Ren and Stimpy, Vader Zim, or the most hated Grandpa. But that one I go different details later on, maybe a separate video. But Cow Chicken was so special is it understood the genre. It understood it was supposed to be weird and odd, but not forced or anything. The fact you have sort of a formula you must do, able to make this cartoon believable and entertaining. Let's talk about story. Now, story of Cow Chicken is a slice of life cartoon, and that's it. I mean, it really doesn't have a figurative story. I said before, what the F cartoon is, basically it doesn't have a story. It has situations. And they have a sort of narrative of the whole series. I think what the F cartoon is more like a Simon effect, that everything connects sort of certain way. It does have a story. Sometimes they don't focus on it, sometimes they do. You just see a problem and it does it. But the fact it has a formula, yes, it does. But it's something they really don't use. And that's pretty normal. Basically, this cow becomes super cow. It's talk bad Spanish. And yes, if it translates to Spanish, the cow speak bad English. Yeah, it's got that weird thing. Now, the formula is cow saves chicken because chicken being arrogant, tricked to this red guy with no pants. And yes, he is the devil. The fact, the whole point of his character is put in situations that he's the cop, he's the nurse, he's the president, and he just kind of the cow chicken deal with them. But what's more, they really don't question it. Oh, they kind of do, but not obviously. They do point it out once, but other than that, not really come back to it because it's one of those shows that once more, it really doesn't need explanation. They leave a lot of questions, but they never explain. You don't need an explanation. Yeah, I go for that more details later on. And the formula is just that. But to be fair, they usually don't focus on that mostly. That's just be 20% of the whole series. That because later on they drop the formula or pick it up, depends on the story they want to tell. For example, this one that they make an opera song or opera show in their own school, and the red guy is not the villain. He just wanted to direct a movie, write a story, write this masterpiece. And Cow Chicken kind of help out because they're the teacher, maybe not the teacher. What's more, the red guy reappears randomly of the series and doesn't really have a main why he's there, basically. That's the thing I'm trying to say. He has just there to push the story around. And anything else, the story really doesn't have much to it. Oh, bad idea. Bad idea. Red guy no pen. Obsessed with Cow Chicken, especially with Cow. Not just Cow, he's she alter ego. Super Cow. That is the force of goodness of milk. And this character is just so randomly made in the translation in the Spanish. They didn't give you subtitles every time the cow speaks Spanish. And I have to say that I'm glad they never did. Not because I can speak Spanish, it's because the Spanish it speak is basically nonsense. To me they took a class or at least a few days in a class in Spanish and they just go with it. And that's the funny thing about Super Cow, that Spanish is just random words. But not offensive. I would never offense. In fact, I think no Mexican person or Latino of general who actually be offensive this talking cow Spanish. Oh my gosh, it's offensive. No, it's one of those things. It's just it's a cartoon. This really did not take itself serious enough to be offended. This series doesn't have a focus, sort of. It leaves a lot of questions. One of the big things about this show, their parents themselves are just two walking legs. And they have really just a mom and dad personality, but just they don't have much to say, but how they have fun with the dialogue with each other. Whoever played the voice actors of the mom and dad, and you can see they have fun. Didn't read that in lines. I feel they were just ad-libbing all the lines because it feels like that way. And I like they actually do care about Cow Chicken. They actually do act like mom and dad. And the weird part is they're just legs. They started to like the very beginning of the show they're just legs. You just see their legs and you think it'd be like a triumph effect. They you see mom and dad because they don't want you to see it, and they actually show you they're just two legs. And I wonder how they eat, how they clean themselves, how they drive a car. Leave so many questions. What's more, it's not the main focus of the series. It's the fun of it. And you also have Uncle Boneless, and how to describe the name is how this character is. It's a chicken with no bones. He's just a misery character, but not enough to you feel bad because Uncle Boneless is like an aspiring character because he doesn't have the bones, but the guy is very successful. It's one of those why, but who cares? Because it's so entertaining. Now, the only bad or good in this series, well, the good of it is the art. And what the F a cartoon is all about the art, all about the visual, what you do with the art style. And the art style is supposed to must grab your attention because that's the genre, and that's the thing you have to sit down and watch. It kind of had to make you do not turn away. Just look. Don't turn away because you want to turn away, but you can't. But it never goes that far. But it feels that way. It feels it's kind of weird, kind of odd. In the animation, it's just because they do kind of trying to be disgusting, but not hardcore. Or like SpongeBob that they don't understand what's nasty, or how you make a nasty something that is a lot of detail, but it grabs your attention, but enough to disgust you, but more than just treat you to watch. And the art actually accomplished that completely because you do want to watch more in this art style. Anything else? I mean, the characters, they really don't develop. It's just the chemistry with the characters. Because this kind of genre, you don't develop the characters. You don't need to. The genre itself explains. You never need to develop the characters because that's not the main focus. The main focus is the art style and the chemistries they give to the characters and the situations. That's all. So I'm satisfied they didn't give sort of development. You do enjoy them, who they are in the chemistry with Cow and Chicken, and how their parents and their friends and their teachers and everything it does in general is just interesting. And that's all the genre really is. Interesting. Now, anything bad? Well, I don't think bad. I think is I'm in Weasel and I'm Baboon. Those are based on the same universe in Cow and Chicken. They were like a separate thing connected to this world, but later on they were so popular they just removed it and made their own spin-off show. But one of those things that I didn't want their own spin-off show. I wanted to stay in the world. That wasn't that fascinating because they were just the successful character, the I am Weasel, and the unsuccessful character, I am Baboon. That they are just yin and yang, completely opposite, and to see how they go their lives, certain situations and jobs. And they removed that. I don't know why, because it's so popular, decided to make their own spin-off series. But I wish they didn't do that. But other than that, that's the only thing I have to say is bad about this series, is that I decided to split this team that it shouldn't. Now, I enjoy everything, the song, the intros, the oddness of the series, because once in a while you don't need to explain what it is, especially how they tell the stories. If you wonder how the weird stories are, I think the weirdest one is about how Cow wondering how she was born. You think I go to her mom and dad to explain, but no. It goes to first two more characters than the mom and dad. One of them explained you became a baby patch. You were born in a patch in the garden. Another version is, oh yeah, we get you in the mail and just saying I was there. Like you never explain you was there. You never explain how they know their parents or anything. They just randomly, yeah, I was there. Kinda, maybe. I don't know. It's the story. And the final thing is I love how their parents explain, oh well, we just get the mail. I mean, we just that there we are. I mean, you think it'd be adopted. No, they do the thing I'm trying to say. It's the ostrich story, but you get the idea. This show is just fun. Woohoo! My conclusion is it's enjoyable. It's fun, random, and doesn't feel forced. And that's the most important thing because there are shows like Uncle Grandpa force it, and this series never actually force anything. It's just plain enjoyment. You love everything it gives you. Now, I have to give this rating. Well, I'm trying to think of decent rating for this series, but I can't because it's so random and it's the genre of what the FWs. I have to say a cow plus a chicken equals a red guy no pants. That's my rating because it's one of those things that you love, like Ren and Stimpy or Bitter Sim, or you hate Uncle Grandpa. You probably enjoy this because it's just the fun and random. And it actually does have a complete focus on the story. It just doesn't give you anything else. It just, they do focus. Not like Uncle Grandpa that it doesn't focus. But I explain why that show fails completely later on. No, I have got nothing else to say. The only thing I have to say is thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.